Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And that breaking news is in Raleigh. Two shootings just blocks apart. An active scene off Pool Road as police were at another scene nearby earlier this morning, where we've confirmed in the last hour.
And I'm tracking a coastal low that's already feeding moisture into eastern North Carolina. I'll let you know when you could see rain and how much.
And increased school security. Students in Edgecombe County are back in class today after a shooting at a football game. What else the district is doing to help those affected? We have a lot of news to get to here. A very busy morning. We're going to keep you updated here. I'm Laura Levine.
And I'm Ken Smith. And of course, the other big story we're following, how the forecast is shaping up. Let's get over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, tracking it all for us.
You can see that rain pushing into eastern North Carolina. Let's zoom in and talk about what we're seeing right now. Way down here, just south of Goldsboro, we're seeing some rain pushing through. That's probably going to bring some light showers to Goldsboro. We've seen the potential for a few light showers there across parts of Sampson County. As a matter of fact, it looked like we had a shower move right over Clinton, but we're going to take a look at the Clinton camera in just a few minutes. No rain in the Triangle for our morning commute, but later this afternoon, the chance goes up to 30%. It still looks pretty dry for our evening commute, but tomorrow morning, that chance goes up to 70%. Here's a look at Clinton, and I was expecting to see maybe some wet streets. It looks like it's pretty dry. You can definitely see the gray skies there. 64 is our temperature around the Triangle, and we'll climb into the mid to upper 70s for this afternoon with an increasing chance for rain, especially tonight and tomorrow. Parts of the viewing area are under a low risk for flooding. I'll show you where coming up. Ken?
All right, 8:01, Elizabeth. There are a handful of incidents dotting our live traffic map this morning, but there are a couple I want to bring your attention to, starting with this crash on Capitol Boulevard in the southbound lane near Spring Forest Road. This just happened in the last 15 minutes. We're not seeing any delays in that area, but just watch for some police activity. This other crash on Glenwood Avenue in the westbound lane near Millbrook Road. That's usually a busy intersection because there are a few schools in that area, but again, we're not seeing any delays in the area. But things have gotten a lot better in these I-87 southbound lanes coming in from Knightdale this morning. These are the southbound lanes coming toward us, and there was some heavy congestion there just a little while ago. So it wasn't double digits, but right now you're just looking at a 7-minute delay if you're coming in from Knightdale, just a 10-minute delay. That's really a troubled spot on US 1 Capitol Boulevard, if you will, coming in from Wake Forest. Over in Durham, here's what we're seeing on I-885 in particular. If you're going into Durham this morning, you're looking at a 7-minute delay. But if you're coming out of Durham using I-885 to get to I-40, you're looking at an 11-minute delay. So keep that in mind. You're getting ready to head out the door. We'll keep you updated all morning long. Just tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Now to this breaking news this morning. We have new information in the last hour about the victim of a shooting in Raleigh. This is one of two shootings just blocks apart this morning. Kelsey Coffey is live on Pool Road in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. And Kelsey, you were at that first scene when you heard the gunshots fired.
Yes, Laura, we just have a lot to walk our viewers through this morning. Forensics just arrived at this scene here on Pool Road. We'll give you a look at what they're doing right now. You can see several evidence markers there, blue evidence markers in the street. We received new information in the last 30 minutes from Raleigh police. A man was shot multiple times here on Pool Road. He's in the hospital right now with what appear to be life-threatening injuries. Police responded to this shooting just before 6:15 this morning, and right now officers are searching for the shooter. Now, we're also following another shooting that happened around 4 o'clock this morning on Coke Street. We'll show you some video from that scene. This is just around the corner from the Pool Road shooting, maybe just a minute away from here. Police say a man was shot there multiple times, but he's expected to live. Now, if this area, Pool Road, is a part of your morning commute, you may want to be mindful because officers have closed Pool Road between Raleigh Boulevard and Fisher Street. We're also working to find out whether these two shootings are connected. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Kelsey, thank you. Authorities say no one was hurt in this rollover crash in Wake County early this morning. This happened near New Hill Holloman Road and Olive Chapel Road at about 1:30 a.m. We sent the WRAL Breaking News Tracker to check it out. A Jeep rolled off the side of the road, and deputies say alcohol was not involved in this crash. Crews were able to clear the crash in about an hour.
And Laura, we're trying to learn new information this morning about this overnight crash. Our team was at Six Forks Road near I-540 in Raleigh for what happened afterwards. You can see a lot of police in that area. We saw one car still at the crash site with significant damage. The State Highway Patrol leading this investigation. We've reached out to them to try to get some more information. Students at Southwest Edgecombe High are returning to class today, just days after shooting at a football game. 2 teens were hurt. WRAL's Monica Casey's live at the school this morning. And Monica, school officials have been preparing to help students as they return to class today.
That's right. The Edgecombe County School District tells students there will be an increased law enforcement presence here on campus this week. Now take a look at your screen. This was the scene Friday night after that gunshot rang out at the football game, people running in every direction. We know 2 people were injured, a 17-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl. We are told both of them have stable vital signs right now. We spoke with people who were at that game.
It was just a single pop, and everybody stood up, froze for a moment, and then everybody just started rushing.
The district also says counseling services will be available at each school. We're told the Edgecombe County Public School District and the Sheriff's Office are reviewing security procedures. Right now, the Sheriff's Office says they do have a person of interest in custody, but they have not announced any arrests at this time. Live in Edgecombe County, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
Novo Nordisk could expand here locally, bringing hundreds of jobs to Johnston County. Today, town leaders will meet here in Four Oaks to talk about whether to move forward with a new project. So take a look at this video from Drone 5. This is 70 acres of farmland off NC Highway 96. Sources tell our NC Capital team Novo Nordisk has been scouting this land for a while. The company has already been growing in Clayton, and the drug maker is moving ahead with a multi-billion-dollar factory that is projected to create 1,000 jobs. WRAL state government editor Jack Hagel explains what's behind plans for an expansion in Four Oaks.
Novo Nordisk is in the early stages of looking at the property. That could be for anything from offices to labs to manufacturing facilities. It's very preliminary, and a deal may never happen, but we're told that they are looking at it, and this is the kind of property that could work for them.
Town leaders will meet tonight at 6:30.
Durham police are looking for the driver involved in a deadly hit and run near a bus stop. Officers responded Saturday night after someone ran off the road, hit 2 signs, and a man named Richard Ferguson Jr. Ferguson died at the hospital. This all played out along Chalk Level Road. Police think the suspect was driving an orange Jeep. It will likely have damage to the front end or hood.
And a woman is dead and a man is facing charges because of a serious crash near Fayetteville's Cross Creek Mall. Police say this happened yesterday morning just after 11. A pickup truck slammed into a Volkswagen. It pushed the car into a utility pole on Morganton Road. Officers say the pickup truck was speeding. The driver of the Volkswagen, Luz Ario, died in the crash. The pickup truck driver, Richard Goodyear, is facing charges including death by vehicle.
Today, Vice President J.D. Vance will be filling in on the Charlie Kirk show. He says he will pay tribute to his friend days after his death. People all across the country are remembering Kirk, as you see right here. Vigils were held all over the country over the weekend. Several NFL teams held moments of silence before their games. Lawmakers and members of the Trump administration attended a memorial service at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. People who knew Kirk shared their memories of him. Kirk's funeral is set for Sunday. President Trump said he plans to attend.
And Ken, the man accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk is set to be in court this week. Utah Governor Spencer Cox confirmed Tyler Robinson was in a relationship with his roommate. That partner is cooperating with authorities, but Cox says Robinson is not. A federal official tells NBC News it's not clear if there is a connection between this relationship and the shooting. State charges are expected to be filed against Robinson tomorrow.
Another string of car break-ins in Raleigh is leading to more safety concerns. This recent example happened over the weekend at the Coastal Credit Union Music Park at Walnut Creek. Several cars were broken into at the Nelly concert Saturday night, and a gun was among the items stolen. Raleigh has seen a slew of car break-ins over the last several months, including here at Walnut Creek. Last month, police say a 17-year-old was arrested in connection to 100 break-ins, and there were more than 30 cars broken into at churches back in July. nearby. We spoke with a woman whose car was spared this time, but says she's been a victim before.
It's a little concerning, especially because knowing even though you lock your car, it might still not be safe. Breaking it. It actually came out one morning and my car had been ransacked, like everything pulled out of the glove compartment.
Police say it is nearly impossible to prevent break-ins, but there are precautions you can take, which includes locking your doors and making sure you don't leave valuables or guns in plain sight.
The time now is 8:10. Death penalty debate. North Carolina lawmakers are raising questions after a deadly stabbing in North Carolina. The calls coming from the highest levels of our government.
And crime concerns at Durham Business speaking with WRAL after a recent shooting nearby. The incidents that are bringing uneasiness to the people who work in this area.
And I'm tracking a coastal low that's going to bring us some rain, especially tonight and tomorrow. But we have a small chance as we get through the day today. I'll show you how much rain we could see by the time this low moves out. 8:13, taking a look at this coastal low that's already pushing some rain inland. It's going to become breezy this afternoon. We're definitely seeing some cloud cover out ahead of that low, and that low will continue to back in across our area, bringing us a good chance for rain, especially tonight and tomorrow. Right now, we're starting to see more of that rain approaching, but it's going to be very light and patchy to start with. It looked like we were seeing a few light sprinkles there in Sampson County. Looks like just a bit of rain to the south and east of Goldsboro right now, and Wilson County, Edgecombe County, all are going to be sort of in line next for some scattered rain. But it's just a 30% chance this afternoon, and then overnight it jumps up to a 70% chance of rain. Taking a look at what's happening outside right now, expect mainly cloudy skies, but fairly mild temperatures. Right now we're in the low to mid 60s, and we'll see temperatures in the upper 70s this afternoon. We're not expecting to see a whole lot of rain, so you can probably get in your outdoor fitness, but I would plan not to do it tomorrow because it's probably going to be too wet. Ask the meteorologist Chris Michaels up in just a few minutes to talk about how dust devils form after we saw that really cool video over the weekend on social media. He'll explain.
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're seeing congestion really beginning to ease in these I-87 southbound lanes coming in out of Knightdale, which is really good news. In terms of what you're looking at right now, you're looking at a 6-minute delay. That was in double digits a little while ago, just an 8-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest this morning. A traffic alert for folks of neighbors in West Raleigh. A road closure at 3900 Jackson Street near Method Road. It started around 9 o'clock this morning until 3 o'clock for the Raleigh Water to do some repair work to a sewer system in that neighborhood.
I want to pull you into the WRAL Live Center for an update from the New York Times. It is reporting that Secretary of State Marco Rubio says a diplomatic end to the war in Gaza may not be achieved. The video you're seeing him is when he arrived in Israel this morning. And the New York Times gave more information about this. It says that that Marco Rubio was speaking with reporters along with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And Rubio sounded less hopeful in tone compared to President Donald Trump earlier this month, who said that a deal would, quote, come very soon. Rubio says the U.S. will try to get a peace deal reached, but, quote, we are not counting on that happening.
Chris, thank you. Should North Carolina start executing people again? It's a question that's receiving increased attention, even from the White House. It comes after the deadly stabbing of Irina Zarutska in Charlotte last month. President Donald Trump said her alleged killer should be executed. North Carolina hasn't executed anyone in nearly 20 years. Now, state Republican leaders say that needs to change.
We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious, just like they are.
I personally am looking into ways to restart the death penalty here in North Carolina.
In recent years, North Carolina has sentenced more people to death than most other states, but the state hasn't actually executed anyone since 2006. For details on why that is and what state lawmakers say they want to change, you can find our latest reporting on WRAL.com. A police officer from our state has died in a crash. Cornelius Police Department near Charlotte said Officer Gabriel Steinbach died on Saturday. He was riding his bike with his wife when a car hit him. He had just joined the force at the end of last year.
A community in Minnesota is remembering the children killed in the Annunciation School shooting last month. 10-year-old Harper Moisky was honored in a celebration of life service yesterday. She was killed when a shooter opened fire during morning mass on August 27th in Minneapolis. Her parents sharing how special their little girl was during the service. 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel also died in that shooting. 21 others were injured. A downtown Durham business is raising concerns about recent crime. Over the weekend, a shooting on East Main Street left 2 people hurt. One man was taken to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries. The shooting happened near the Bar 106 Main Street, if you're familiar with that. It was the second incident reported experienced in a matter of days. On Friday, the bar's owner says a man punched the front window. WRAL spoke with the bartender Wayne Watson, who was there both nights, about the concerning trend.
I don't want to feel like, I have to bring a gun to work. I want people to feel safe when they go out. Our customers should be able to walk in and out and not be bothered or not, have to worry about, being hurt.
Well, the Durham Police Department say officers are still working to figure out who's responsible for that weekend shooting. So listen, a video circulating on social media shows a dust devil in Middle Tennessee. Meteorologist Chris Michael shows us the wild video and how these things form outside of deserts and days. Ask the meteorologist. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Ken. And it seems like it always happens at a baseball field or a softball field. But here's the video that you see from the Mount Juliet League Incorporated. This again in Middle Tennessee on just a crystal clear day, and there you have that dust devil. So let's talk about how they form. It's kind of a 4-step process. Number one, you've got to heat the surface, especially the dirt on the infield. It's going to turn a little hotter than the grass on the outfield. You get a mini area of low pressure to form, and the air rises with that, right? So that's kind of how you get those clouds to develop. The air rushes in toward low pressure to essentially fill the void, and it starts spinning. So you've got a spinning cloud, much like a tornado. It's just not as strong as one would be. The dust devil forms, it sustains itself, and then eventually either runs into cool air or cools itself down, and it fades away. So that's what you saw in that video just moments ago. Now, no dust devils here because rain chances are rising between tonight and tomorrow morning. Elizabeth is back to show you what that'll look like and how much rain we expect. That's coming up in about 2 minutes.
Chris, thank you. 2 dogs are doing well after getting rescued from a fire in our area. Firefighters responded to a camper on fire in Northampton County at Sherwood Forest. They found 2 puppies inside. Both received oxygen and are expected to make a full recovery. The fire caused a ton of damage. It's fortunate no one was inside, but the dogs, and they're doing okay. Well, looking ahead now, people across the Triangle are getting ready for 919 Day this Friday. The local holiday every September 19th is a nod to the local area code. This Friday, a big event is being held on NC State's Centennial campus. It will include live music and food trucks. That event starts at 6 p.m. and it's free to attend. Well, here in the 919, we've had really some beautiful weather, drier conditions, cooler mornings. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner now tracking when that's going to change. Elizabeth.
And at this point, we're starting to need some rain. We have abnormally dry conditions in parts of the viewing area. So this coastal low will definitely help. We're going to see some significant rain out of this for sure. Right now it's sitting here, but by tomorrow it's going to be sitting right on top of us. The farther north and east you are, the heavier the rain is likely to be and the better chance that there could be some flooding. Again, more rain to the northeast, less rain to the southwest. Here's where it is right now, producing some rain up and down the coast and inland from the coast. It'll continue to back up to the west and then head northward over the next 24 hours or so. It looks like we've had a few sprinkles here down in Sampson County, but when I pulled up the camera there in Clinton, the ground was not wet. Goldsboro, you may end up seeing a few light showers as well as Wilson County and Edgecombe County here maybe in the next few hours. You're going to be sort of first in line for that wave coming in. A live look at Durham shows mostly cloudy skies right now. We continue to watch that potential for some showers. Watch how all of that's just coming right off of the coast, which is kind of the opposite direction that we normally see. At 2 o'clock, some scattered rain from Raleigh eastward. Notice here at 6 o'clock, it really starts to get steady to heavy in our eastern counties. So Goldsboro, Wilson, Rocky Mount, even up around Warrenton and Lewisburg. And then lesser amounts of rainfall are going to be down here in the Sandhills. So we'll take a look at what those totals look like. But we'll likely see the rain all the way through the day tomorrow, at least on and off. So make sure you plan accordingly. This afternoon and evening, even overnight tonight, it's going to be just our far eastern counties with that low end risk for flooding. And then that shifts to, say, Lewisburg, Warrenton, South Hill, and eastward during the day tomorrow. We take a look at our potential rainfall totals. This is just one version of the computer models. Ooh, that really bumped up. That's probably going to be a little overdone, but somewhere around 2 to 3 inches in some of our northeastern counties, but very little rain in our southwest counties. It's going to be a sharp cutoff there. Temperatures will be cool tomorrow, 68 degrees. Coming up, we'll talk about how long it's been since we've seen a high in the 60s, Ken.
Well, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, this reminder, I want to let let you know that a shooting investigation has shut down Pool Road between Raleigh Boulevard and Fisher Street. So you might want to take an alternate route, maybe New Bern Avenue, MLK Boulevard, to get around what's happening there on Pool Road and Fisher Street. We're seeing some congestion building on the northern loop of the Beltline as well as that southern loop of the Beltline starting around Lake Wheeler Road. We did some checking. Right now you're looking at a 6-minute delay on that southern loop of the Beltline. So depending on where you're headed, you might want to take the northern loop just to be on the safe side. Boy, things have gotten a lot better. Those I-87 lanes southbound coming in from Knightdale this morning. Those are the southbound lanes coming toward us. Really, you're looking at a 3-minute delay coming in from Knightdale this morning. Just a 7-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest on US 1 Capitol Boulevard, if you will. Over in Durham, I want to isolate I-885 because you're looking at a 5-minute delay in and out of Durham this morning. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
The time now is 8:23. Helene funding. The governor is planning to push for more help for Western North Carolina today. The bipartisan push shaping up here and in Washington, D.C. Plus, digging out of debt. 5 on your side breaks down the steps you can take right now to start paying down your credit card.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. The time is 8:26. I'm Laura Levine. Here's meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner with the forecast.
This coastal low is spreading rain inland in eastern North Carolina, and we'll continue to push it our way as well. We'll likely have the heaviest rain from Raleigh north and east, and that will happen overnight tonight and into the day tomorrow. A little bit of light patchy rain is approaching our eastern counties, mainly east of I-95. We'll see a 30% chance of rain across the area this afternoon, but it goes up to 70% for tomorrow morning. Ken?
Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. I want to start in Durham this morning, give you a live look at I-885 and TW Alexander Drive. These are the northbound lanes coming toward us this morning. You can see quite a bit of a slowdown. When we checked the sensors last time, you're looking at a 5-minute delay in and out of Durham on 885, so keep that in mind. Right now, you're looking at a 13-minute delay on Highway 98 in terms of other routes coming into Durham, and just a couple of minutes if you're on 501, maybe coming in from Roxborough, if you will. Over here in Raleigh, very little to no delays. Our trouble spot really coming in from Wake Forest. You're looking at an 8-minute delay.
Police in Raleigh are investigating 2 shootings just blocks apart. WRAL's breaking news tracker is live at that scene on Pool Road near Fisher Street. Police say a man was shot multiple times. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The road is closed from Raleigh Boulevard to Heath Street. Another shooting happened just 2 hours earlier, only blocks away. This was a scene on Coke Street near Hawkins Street. Police say a man was shot multiple times around 4 a.m. He's expected to recover. Police are still searching for a suspect. Well, next on Fox 50, a pharmaceutical company looking to expand in Johnston County. And up next on Today, an inside look at how hotels get ready to welcome NFL teams.
Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
That breaking news involves 2 shooting investigations. This is a live look from the WRAL breaking news tracker as Raleigh police investigate 2 shootings, one right around the corner from the other. The road shut down as officers investigate.
And our next weather maker is a coastal low already spreading rain into eastern North Carolina. I'll let you know when you could see it and how much is likely to fall.
And school on high alert. 2 people were injured in a shooting at a Southwest Edgecombe High School football game. How the school is increasing its security this morning. It is a very busy Monday morning today. We're going to get you caught up here. I'm Laura Levine, in for Michelle McConaughey.
And I'm Ken Smith, and it's going to get very busy in the weather department as well. Let's get over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner, the WRAL Severe Weather Center, tracking it all for us.
Yeah, we got this next weather maker, that coastal low that we've been talking about for the last several days, finally starting to push some rain inland. It's beginning to approach our eastern counties, really along and east of I-95 is where we're seeing it right now. But it's light and patchy to start with. It's really probably not going to pick up in intensity intensity until much later this afternoon, and then it'll be heaviest tonight and during the day tomorrow. It's dry during the morning commute around the Triangle, but again, may see some sprinkles in our eastern counties. It's a 30% chance this afternoon, and then by tomorrow morning, it goes up all the way to 70%. Take a live look at Clinton, where we've seen a lot of cloud cover, and it looks like we've seen some sprinkles there on the radar, but that first bit of it is evaporating before it reaches the ground, so the ground is still dry. 64 degrees as you're heading out the door, and temperatures will climb into the upper 70s this afternoon. We'll be much cooler tomorrow with that better chance for rain. We'll take a look at that coming up. Ken?
8:31, Elizabeth, we have a traffic alert, particularly if Pool Road is part of your morning commute. You've got a shooting investigation shutting down Pool Road between Raleigh Boulevard and Fisher Street. We'll have a live report coming up in just a couple of minutes. As we isolate the Beltline, we're seeing some congestion building on the southern loop of the Beltline as well as the northern loop of the Beltline. Starting around that southern loop of the Beltline, you're looking at a 7-minute delay starting around Lake Wheeler Road. As far as the northern loop of the Beltline, here's what we're looking at. Starting on Capitol Boulevard, Six Forks Road, Glenwood Avenue, you're looking at an 8-minute delay. So one way or the other, you probably give yourself some extra time. You're about to head out. In terms of coming into Raleigh this morning, boy, things have gotten a lot better on I-87 coming in from Knightdale. You're just looking at a 4-minute delay. No delays whatsoever coming in from Wake Forest. I'm not buying that, but I'll keep an eye on that and let you know what's going on. Over in Durham, here's the troubled spot. I-885, you're looking at a 4-minute delay going in and out of Durham. If you're looking at using 885 to get to I-40 this morning, another 4-minute delay. You get ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Now to that breaking news this morning. Right now, 2 shootings just blocks apart in Raleigh have police spread out on this scene here. Kelsey Coffey is live along Pool Road this morning in the WRAL breaking news tracker. And Kelsey, before you got to that scene, you were at another shooting scene just around the corner where you heard those shots ring out.
Yes, Laura, we've got a lot to walk our viewers through this morning. New in the last hour, a man was shot here on Pool Road. You can see officers still here right now investigating. That man is in the hospital with what appear to be life-threatening injuries. We'll show you some Sky 5 video now where you may be able to see blue evidence markers placed here on the street. Police responded to this shooting just before 6:15 this morning, and right now, officers are searching for the shooter. We're also following another shooting that happened around 4 this morning on Coke Street. We'll show you video from that scene as well. Now, the scene over there is just around the corner from this Pool Road shooting, maybe just about a minute away. Police say a man was shot there multiple times and he's expected to live. Now, if this area is a part of your morning commute, Pool Road, know that the road is closed between Raleigh Boulevard and Heath Street. And right now we're still working to find out whether these 2 shootings are connected. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Kelsey, thank you. Now look at this aftermath to a rollover crash in Wake County this morning. It happened near New Hill Holloman Road and Olive Chapel Road around 1:30 a.m. A Jeep rolled off the side of the road. And deputies say alcohol was not involved in this crash. Teams were able to get the crash cleared in about an hour. Despite the damage, no injuries were reported.
And Laura, crash in Durham knocked power out for dozens of customers early this morning. This happened on Guest Road near Milton Road around 1 o'clock this morning. The WRAL breaking news tracker was there as Piedmont Electric crews worked to repair a power pole that was damaged. About 60 customers had their power knocked out. We're working to learn the condition of anyone who may have been injured in that crash.
And then there's this crash. Our team was at Six Forks Road near I-540 in Raleigh while there was a heavy police presence. We saw one car with significant damage. But in terms of what led up to this, that's what we're working to find out right now. Highway Patrol is leading this investigation.
Students in Edgecombe County are returning to class this morning just days after shooting. 2 teens were hurt during the shooting Friday night at Southwest Edgecombe High School. That's in Tarboro. They were playing Tarboro. WRAL's Monica Casey is live at the school this morning. And Monica, school officials are making sure that security is top of mind this morning.
That's right. The Edgecombe County School District sent a statement to students at both schools letting them know there will be increased law enforcement presence on campus this week. The district also tells students if they need it, counseling is available. Now, this was the scene Friday night as those gunshots rang out at the football game, people running in every direction. We spoke with people who were there.
I was scared. and it was just very overwhelming because all you just see is people running, and you just don't know where to go, you don't know what to do.
Now, we know 2 people were injured, a 17-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl. Police tell us both of them have stable vital signs. We're also told the Edgecombe County Public School District and the Sheriff's Office are reviewing security procedures going forward. The Sheriff's Office said they have a person of interest in custody, but they have not announced any arrests at this time. Live in Edgecombe County, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
Monica, thank you. And moving along from this story now, we know hundreds of jobs could be coming to Johnston County. Today, the town of 4 Oaks and Johnston County will vote on a plan that could lead to more expansion for Novo Nordisk. Sources tell our NC Capital team Novo Nordisk has been scouting 70 acres of farmland along NC Highway 96 for a while in hopes of building future offices, labs, or factories. These plans are preliminary, and it could take years before anything is built. If a deal comes together at all, the company is moving ahead with a multi-billion-dollar factory in Clayton that is projected to create 1,000 jobs.
Johnston County's economy has really shifted from agricultural jobs to commercial jobs over the past number of decades. And so it makes sense that more farmland might be becoming more pharmaceutical land in the future.
And that was WRAL State Government Editor Jack Hagel. Town leaders meet tonight at 6:30, and our NC Capital team will monitor any new developments with this possible land deal.
Well, today, Governor Josh Stein will push for more federal funding for Helene recovery. The governor has a news conference planned in western North Carolina this morning. Stein isn't the only one who's ramping up pressure on the federal government to increase funding. Senator Ted Budd would not vote for a Homeland Security nominee because he wanted FEMA to release more funding for the mountains. That money eventually got released. For more reporting on the push for relief funding, just look for the NC section of WRAL.com. Well, next week we mark 1 year since Helene altered life in our mountains overnight. We look at the stories of survival, struggle, heartbreak, and more importantly, hope. It's all part of our new WRAL documentary, Helene, What We Lost, What We Found. It airs Thursday, September 25th at 7:30 in the evening on WRAL and wherever you stream WRAL.
Today, Vice President J.D. Vance will host the Charlie Kirk Show. Vance says that he will pay tribute to his friend. Tyler Robinson, the man accused of killing Kirk, is expected to be in court tomorrow. Vigils were held across the country over the weekend to honor Kirk. That's including at his church in Phoenix and in his hometown of Arlington Heights, Illinois. Authorities say Robinson is under close supervision inside a Utah County jail. On Meet the Press, Utah Governor Spencer Cox said people who are close with Robinson are cooperating with the investigation.
We can confirm that again, according to family and people that we're interviewing, he does come from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family.
Investigators say Robinson told his family he didn't like Charlie Kirk or his viewpoints. State charges are expected to be filed against him tomorrow. A public memorial service for Charlie Kirk is set for September 21st. That's this Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
Time is 8:39 here in the WRAL Live Center. It looks like Elon Musk has disclosed the purchase of $1 billion of Tesla stock, which saw its shares go up about 8%. He actually purchased the shares on Friday, and it's his first purchase of the stock in the open market since February 2020. Now, the company earlier this month said that it would ask shareholders to approve a new pay package. We're talking about one that could be worth up to $975 billion based on quite a few different milestones for the company. Before the purchases Friday, Musk owned about 13% of Tesla, but it looks like he has a significant increased amount as of this morning.
The Minnesota Vikings hosted the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Football. It was tough going for J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings offense, though. They struggled all night, didn't even score a single touchdown. The Falcons ran away with that win 22-6. They'll come to Bank of America Stadium next week to play the Panthers.
Win of the season. They tried to stage a late comeback against the Arizona Cardinals on the road, but were unsuccessful. They lost 27-22. Kickoff for the Panthers game against Atlanta next Sunday will be at 1 p.m.
Don't miss our Panthers talk every Wednesday with Tim Donnelly with 99.9 The Fan. Anyway, the biggest stars in television celebrating after the 77th Annual Emmy Awards. It was a night full of historic wins and heartfelt tributes to some of the most iconic series.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
That's a familiar tune. Artists, including Reba McEntire, saying, "Thank you for being a friend." She was paying tribute to the 40th anniversary of the show The Golden Girls. The biggest award of the night, though, went to host Stephen Colbert for Best Talk Series. His win came after CBS announced the cancellation of his show back in July. In his acceptance speech, Colbert made jokes about looking for a new job.
While I have your attention, is anyone hiring? Because I got 200 very well-qualified candidates with me here tonight who will be available in June. I also brought my own resume here tonight. I haven't had a chance to update my headshot in a bit, but I think it still works.
CBS said it canceled Colbert's show for financial reason, not content. Colbert's show ends this May.
Well, still ahead, digging out of debt. If you've got credit card debt that you're worried about paying off, you are not alone. 5 on your side's Ashley Rowe explains what you can do to start lowering what you owe.
TikTok fate up in the air. We're just days away from the deadline that could decide whether the app can stay available in the United States. The agreement the president says he's working on with Chinese officials.
Now let's get a live look this morning at Pinehurst. It's looking pretty dry for your morning commute, but we are tracking your next rainmaker. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner shows us when the rain will arrive and why most of the rain we'll see is beneficial.
Checking the tropics, looking at this system that's coming off the coast of Africa, which we've been watching for the last several days. Still not terribly organized, but the chances of it developing into a tropical system are going up 40% now over the next couple of days. And that's new this morning, 80% chance in the next 7 days. So it is likely to become a tropical storm or a tropical depression. And the red shaded area is where it's likely to be in the next 7 days. So at the end of 7 days, it is still way out here in the middle of the Atlantic. Most likely what will happen is there are going to be some cold fronts that come off the United States, and that helps to push this away. It's just way too early to say exactly what's going to happen with it, but any impact would be 8 to 10 days out if it even happens. So we'll continue to keep our eye on that. Now, we do have a coastal low that's sitting off of North Carolina right now. That's going to move inland. It's not a tropical system, but could produce some heavy rain and possible flooding. We'll check that out in more detail coming up. Ken?
Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're taking a look at the northern loop of the Beltline. You can see traffic has definitely picked up quite a bit between Wade Avenue and I-87 440 interchange. You're probably looking at an 8-minute delay. As far as other major routes coming into Raleigh, you're looking at a 5-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest this morning. Just a 1-minute delay coming in from Nightdale. A traffic alert for our friends in West Raleigh. A road closure at the 3900 block of Jackson Street. That's named Method Road. Will be starting around 9 o'clock this morning. It will remain closed until 3 o'clock to give Raleigh Water an opportunity to make some repairs to the sewer system there. Detours are in place.
Well, if credit card debt has you feeling like you'll never get back ahead of it, well, you know that there are always some ways to take back your control. 5 on your side's Ashley Rowe breaks down the steps you can take to start making a dent in your debt.
If you've got debt, you are far from alone. Americans owe a combined $1.18 trillion in credit card debt, and the average balance per household is around $6,000. Looking for ways to cut back on spending and using credit cards as little as possible is always the first option when you're trying to get out of debt. If your credit score is in good shape, you could move your high interest balance to a card that offers 0% interest for the first year or so. Just try to pay it off before that period ends and the usual high interest kicks back in. Adjusting your payment dates to line up with your payday can make staying on top of bills easier. But if your debt is becoming too much, pick up the phone and call the credit card company and explain your situation. Ask for a lowered interest rate and if they offer a hardship plan.
The credit card company may temporarily lower your interest rate, reduce your minimum payment, or even waive certain fees, usually for a few months or even up to a year.
You can also contact a reputable nonprofit credit counseling agency. They may be able to lower your interest rates and consolidate your debt into one manageable monthly payment. Ashley Rowe, 5 on your side.
President Trump says he's talking with China about the future of TikTok. The talks come just days before a critical deadline that will determine whether TikTok will remain available in the United States. Congress passed a law last year requiring TikTok's parent company ByteDance to sell the app to an American buyer or face a ban. The law was supposed to take effect months ago, but the president has repeatedly extended it. It's possible he could extend the deadline again when it comes up on Wednesday. President Trump says officials from the U.S. and China are trying to reach an agreement to sell the app.
People in Durham are trying to find solutions to affordable housing. Community leaders met with the Covenant Presbyterian Church community this weekend to inform and engage more people about this issue. The discussion stressed the importance of community voices, especially from underserved groups, and the need for developers to be intentional about development. We met one woman who lives in Durham Housing Authority's Cornwallis Road community. She said that they need more resources and that the lack of affordable housing forces families to make some pretty tough decisions.
In a lot of underrepresented communities, jobs that are, I guess, available to us are not jobs that can pay the rent that Durham is charging right now. So learning how to have trades, learning how to have second income without taking ourselves away from our family.
And groups and organizations that attended this meeting say that they will continue to work with city and county leaders to increase the amount of affordable housing.
Special tributes and Easter eggs at the Emmys.
Let's take a look at what's trending. All right, well, Law and Order was recognized for its decades-long run at the Emmy Awards last night, and members of the cast paid tribute to the 35th anniversary of the franchise. Mariska Hargitay, Ice-T, Tony Goldwyn, and so many of the iconic actors from this show were a part of this special moment. I love Law and Order, and many people, even the younger generation now, beginning to rewatch some of the shows.
It's still appointment TV in our house.
Yes.
And Mariska Hargitay has been there since day one.
Yes.
The new season starts this fall. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Well, actress Britt Lauer took home the Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a Drama for her role in Severance. It was her first Emmy win, by the way. Now, during a speech, a note on the back of her paper gave a subtle reference to the thriller. It said, "Let me out."
Severance, oh my gosh, they continue to receive awards for this show. And I've only watched one episode, so I think I need to catch up and hop on.
You and me both have not watched any episodes.
Yeah.
It has such a buzz. It's going to be, I'm going to add it to my list.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, we have this beautiful live picture over White Lake this morning. This is where I want to be, Ken. Meteorologist Elizabeth Garner with an update on the forecast today.
Our next weather maker is this coastal low. Notice these lightning bolts that are starting to pop up here near the low pressure system. Those starting to move in along the outer banks. All this rain starts to push westward, but it'll only make it so far. Right now, it looks like our southwestern counties are probably going to see minimal amounts of rain, while we could see some very heavy rain in our northeastern counties. Let's take a look at where the rain is right now. Starting to push into the southern part of Wayne County, getting ready to move on into parts of Wilson County and Edgecombe County also. And the first round of this is likely to be fairly light and patchy. We move it on out to around lunchtime, and you can see a few waves rolling through. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Once we get closer to 5 or 6, it becomes heavier along and east of I-95, where it stays fairly light around the triangle. Doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal for the evening commute necessarily, unless this happens to move a lot faster than the model is showing. And then overnight, some of those heavier bands of rain push farther to the west, but again, not likely to see a whole lot of that in our southwestern counties. This afternoon, a 30% chance, and then overnight, it's a 40% chance. First thing tomorrow morning, 70% chance in the triangle, and 60 for much of the day. And then after that, it gradually pulls away from us on Wednesday. Here's a live look at Clinton, where we had a few showers at least showing up on radar, but it looks pretty dry out there right now. 64 is our current temperature. It's likely to be breezy this afternoon. Winds gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour out of the northeast. And we'll see our temperatures as you're heading out the door this morning, mostly in the low to mid 60s. It's 65 in Cary and in Apex. It's 64 in Garner and in Knightdale. Around town this afternoon, upper 70s in the Triangle and around 81 in Fayetteville. We had some roller coaster temperatures in our forecast. 77 today, but 68 on Tuesday. And then we climb back into the upper 80s on Friday. Laura?
Thank you. And before we go to break, here's a look at the winning lottery numbers. We'll get another check on the weather and traffic coming up next.